what dictated who won in the second game at least. The laning stage pretty much broke the entire game there. So let's head into the game and we'll see what's gonna happen here.
All right, well, as per usual tradition, everybody's gonna smoke up out of the base, get out of there a little bit faster, try to plant those wards. Kind of a fun little tidbit. When I was reading my interviews, Maposhka mentioned, he's like, man, something to the effect of like, this map is just, it's boring. It's too easy to find where everybody's wards are. It's so predictable. He would like to see a change on that, for sure. And I think another person mentioned that too. I'm trying to remember. It was the support players just saying, love to see, you know, a slightly different map. Because it's just too easy. You can generally know where the warding is. And if you think about it, the wards are pretty much always in the same spots. Like, occasionally you'll get an interesting ward, right? But for the most part, it seems to be the same spots over and over again. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of the wards dewarded by Maposhka after that statement.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's a bold thing to say, that the wards are too easy to find. I certainly find that a lot of wards still live quite full durations, but I'm totally with him. I would love to see another map change, if not just for the warding, for the new environment to play and understand how to use. Anytime we get map changes, that's always interesting.
Poshka's just gonna walk past John Well and see that Monkey King doing a little bit of harass here right off the start.
Yeah, Monkey's gonna secure himself the bounty on top, and it's still gonna be a 2-for-2, so no real advantage here. Neither team is like super strong at level 1 fights, unless Team Spirit were to group up all their stuns and go together, but both teams just planting down some vision in the early game. We see also the small camp blocked up top by Fnatic. And the trading begins between Undying. He has his work cut out for him. He's spamming that decay as often as he can.
I feel like, generally speaking, though, Undying is one of those heroes that's going to be able to really secure Raven a decent lane. And that is something that you said is very, very important. That they're able to get this farm, get the levels in CS over on this Morphling. And again, you can see just keep stacking up the decay. Does have to be careful though, because they are dishing out quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, he also didn't have any HP regen yet. He gets a Tangle, he's gonna start regening up, and Decay is gonna serve to heal him a lot in this lane, so he'll probably be fine. But he certainly will be trying to keep the attention away from the Morphling so that he can free farm as much as possible.
Life of an Undying. Just spam your spells. Eat a bunch of fruit. Get more of your mana back. Spam your spells.
Yep. Mangoes. As many as you can possibly afford. And then you're going to be super poor in the mid game or early game because you don't have any money left. You spent it all on consumables.
But that's okay. If your core is getting the CS, if they're getting the dollars, you know, it all works out that way. Support you early game so you can carry them later.
That's true. That's true. And mid lane looking quite even right now. 6-2 versus 8-3. DP being slightly more aggressive, trying to bully Leshrac back a little bit, fighting for some advantage.
How does this lane usually play out between the Death Prophet and the Leshrac?
I would say it's usually just a lot of spamming of the Crypt Swarms and Lightning Storms to farm. I mean, DP probably has a minor edge, but she has managed to get a nice amount of CS there. 11-5 versus 8-2, so building a little bit of a lead. He is outplaying him a little bit just in how he trades right now. Done a good job.
I think it was an interesting point that you made earlier, saying how the Leshrac and the Death Prophet kind of provide a same service with their roles in a sense. Death Prophet just perhaps a little bit more of a versatile kit.
Yeah, they're similar in how they execute in the team fights. Like, they both run next to the opponents, and they're both power pushers. They have quite a bit of shared identity, I would say, these two heroes.
You see the decay stacks just continuously building up on this Undying, and Raven definitely reaping the rewards of that in terms of CS.
Yeah, he's making it very hard for Collapse to last it even. I mean, he's trying to get the denies there. You saw that if he had the 8 strength instead of being decayed twice, that range creep would have died to his 2 hits, but it's just annoying to see us as a strength hero into Undying lanes.
DJ kind of hiding over on the tree line here. Poshka. Rotating over, just gonna click. How do you like slow down this this lone druid here in this top lane?
I think they're doing it in a pretty good way right now. They're playing close together with the Hoodwink and the Monkey King, so overall they're CSing together. And the Clockwork can't really pose a threat if they're playing with each other. So it's difficult for Lone Druid then, because he has the last hit against the 2 of them, and doesn't get much help from Poshka. And Poshka trying to pull.
Bottom lane, he's a tanky boy. Is it gonna be enough? Yeah, he's gonna survive this. As Collapse is just gonna cut the wave. 16 decay, I think, over on done well, so he's got to feel very, very good about that.
Yeah, nice usage of the Soul Rip as well, but getting these double decays really makes it so costly to try and bring down the Undying, and that's what you don't want to have. It's like, that's the worst case scenario. You use a lot of resources to try and bring down Undying, but he didn't die. They get to jump on the Morphling bottom, just trying to get him out of CSing.
Seeing the Undying rotating over here to the mid lane. A little bit of harass.
Looks like he's rotating over to his death. He's like hugging the tower like, hello.
Yeah. Might as well.
Honestly, I feel like he should have run to base, because he was so close to base. It felt like he made a move. He didn't even drop a ward or anything while going there. So the time it took for him to run to a tier 2 tower, he could have run home instead, I feel. I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. I thought he was going to go drop some wards, but was not the case. Top lane, a little bit of pressure being placed over here on Jabs. DJ trying his best to support. Land a Boundless. They're trying to get rid of the bear. Not quite going to be able to get there, though, in time.
Yeah, they have to do a good job staying close to each other, or the Battery Assault is really going to start kicking their ass here, because level 2 Battery Assault does a lot of damage. And they almost got the bear, but the resummon, it's back to full HP. Monkey is now holding his Jingu. He wants to wait until it's Boundless again, and he's gonna heal fully from one Boundless strike very soon. Or almost fully, at least. The Glyph, they counter him.
For the hop down, though, put a little pressure.
Always funny to Glyph against the Monkey with Jingu, because you know exactly when he's gonna stun. You can just deny him his heal, but he's gonna be fine either way.
6-minute rune is going to be top, the Invis rune. DJ should be able to secure it here for Armel if he wants it. No, he just says grab it.
Yeah, he's playing without bottle anyway. He went for the Falcon Blade on DP, which I like this choice. DP has other ways to heal anyway. She can heal from the Spirit Siphon. And mana, you can get a lot from Falcon Blade, and Falcon Blade gives you more HP pool, which is super important on DP. So bottle wouldn't, you know, make you stronger for when you full commit, but now he's really tanky.
And this is exactly what we wanted to see from Armel in this game. He's got his level 6, he's putting pressure on this mid lane. DJ trying to slow down Maposhka here off to the side. You can see the teleports are coming out. Chunwell's also here. DJ needing to be careful. Nice soul rip, going to keep him healthy as Toronto Tokyo will land the split earth, but you still have this Undying placing pressure.
Yeah, might be difficult to get real tower damage here for Armel, but everybody is looking towards the mid lane right now, and he's still getting the ghosts to hit a little bit, just staying close. But this is time that it's just a 1v1 lane bottom between the Morphling and the Centaur, and Morph should be happy getting quite a bit of farm here.
Yeah, he's definitely getting chunked down by the Centaur whenever it's available to do with the Stomp Double Edge, but not enough to get a kill for sure, so we'll just continue to morph those attributes. See Maposhka getting its position. They want to try to punish Armel if he comes too far forward, knowing that that Exorcism is on cooldown.
We see so many teams do this. The double support move towards mid around mid 6 or 7. There we go.
Nice cookie with the pulse. The cogs coming into play. Armel trying to use the Spirit Siphon. They turn it right back around again. Oh my goodness, calculated. That is a double kill now for Armel thanks to the rotation of his supports.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, DP is a very scary hero to commit on. If you're not sure you can get the kill, then it can backfire. The help of the tower there, he brings them down. Collapse, doing some damage to Raven, but no real threat, just being a nuisance.
Yeah, this is what we keep seeing in that bottom lane. A rotation top though, Miposhka. Let's teleport on in. Give a couple clicks on him.
He also went Quelling Blade on Clockwork to try and be able to catch the Monkey King at any chance that he gets. It could be nice to have Quelling Blade as well for some warding. Sometimes you can cut a tree and get a little bit better vision with your ward.
Yeah, and then you have the capability of DJ, who's also going to be using these trees. And planting them too.
That's true.
Lane. A little bit of pressure placed on John Wall with the rotation from Toronto to Tokyo. They'll happily clean up, and Raven just hiding in the tree line. He's gonna teleport up to the top lane. Doesn't want to have to deal with this as Armel waiting around here. Does manage to snap up the rune. No rune for Toronto Tokyo. At least not from the Radiant side.
Yeah, so we have the switch up happening by Fnatic. They want to move and start taking the safe lane tower that is Team Spirit. And Spirit gonna do the same thing, just tipping away the lone druids, not wanting to contest. And he goes down bottom, but DJ is gonna go there to try and get the experience when the tower gets pushed. Hoodwink can be a pesky little hero to get rid of.
She is a rodent.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They are known for their survival.
Yeah, but not going to be standing up too well against the bear. It's a bit hard for him to defend this tower. It's still going to fall quickly.
Down it goes. So both of the tier 1s for the safe lane have been eliminated.
Yeah, but Snapfire looking for a catch.
Yeah, doesn't quite manage to land the cookie over onto DJ though. And some collapsing here in the middle lane as they really want... Oh, there's double damage top too. They'll go for the exorcism play, just wanting to push down this mid tower, open up the map more. There's going to be the fortification. Back up momentarily.
This mid tower looks like Spirit are conceding it as well, so they're going to fall behind a little bit in tower control here, but they're taking this time to jungle. This is quite typical we see when a team is running the Lone Druid, that it's a little bit slow to kick off in the beginning. And Fnatic are doing exactly what we talked about in the draft. Use the DP ulti off cooldown, try to gain yourself as much space as possible, so that Morphling can farm and get really huge.
So who is the person that we should be keeping our eyes on the side of Team Spirit? Because we've already said what Fnatic needs to do. They need to be playing with this Death Prophet Exorcism, and we need to be seeing these rotations come out from the supports. But what's the play here for the side of Spirit in the meanwhile while this Lone Druid gets bigger?
I mean, they have Hookshot now. I want to see them use the Snapfire ulti and the Hookshot together. I want to see them find a chance to get some kills. They're smoking towards the lane where Snapfire is residing right now. But yeah, Clock is probably going to be the catalyst of all the action for Team Spirit. Okay. And they want to use the Leshrac.
So a lot of pressure on Miposhka to make these moves. Bottom lane, a little bit of harass being placed over onto Collapse. They get the silence. Does have the Stampede if he needs to run away. Turns back around, gets a stomp on Armel. But just gonna get shoved out of the Radiant jungle for the time being.
The downside of Undying, that's the end of that. You try and chase something and kill, you have two heroes nearby, but Undying just does not provide any form of catch to these scenarios. So safely get out.
Jabs in this top lane, perched on the tree. Does see Mira, does not see anyone else though. We'll go for the Primal Spring down, but there's the hook shot from Miposhka. It's gonna hold him into place here, and he's thinking about... Ghost tries to dodge with the Mischief, but there's so much damage here as he uses the Boundless, but eventually will fall to Mira.
That was pretty cocky by him to go in there. Like he did have knowledge that they were in this area, but he felt like he could go for it.
I'm not sure if he knew that Miposhka was standing nearby. He only saw Mira, I believe, with the Fog of War being what it is.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
yeah, he didn't see both of them, but even so, he's alone, and if anybody has made their way all the way out on that lane, it's quite likely they're back up.
That's true. Done well going for some of this decay, but it's another kill from Miposhka. So like you said, this little clock being very, very active and finding these little pickoffs to help make space.
Yeah, he pings the ward analysis that, you know, because of a ward, they did find it immediately by dropping down Sentry. but
Radiant's
that's
middle
2
tower is under
kills
attack.
going the way of Spirit, and they needed something because I felt like they were a little bit too passive in the way they were approaching the game, even though of course Lone Druid always wants to farm, so you have a little bit of slower lineup. But now making a move, all ultis ready. Armel.
Armel finding the opening over onto Death Prophet with the hook shot with those Mortimer kisses. That's a dead Death Prophet, and DP ends up getting cancelled for people going towards that mid tower, so should be a another building going over to the side of Team Spirit.
Yeah, very controlled start to this game. Armel just thought they could be mid, but that was a smoke used. That was 3 ultimates used to bring him down. So at least he died, but he also feels like, you know, they committed a lot of resources for me. Sadly, mid tower is not going to be defendable for a side of Fnatic, so tower situation equalized again.
I guess on the bright side, it is a little bit of space for the side of Fnatic.
I mean, Morphling is having a great game here. He found a D-Rune as well. They want to try and get Roche with this. This is a possible big moment to get an advantage. This is a fast Roche.
Oh yeah,
they have no idea.
Use the exorcism. This is big. All right, and that'll be
Team
our
Spirit
first
have
Roche.
no clue. Yeah, so with the safety of this Aegis, he's now gonna go towards top, look to push the tier 2 tower. And of course, we see mirroring movements here. When Roshan gets taken, they know that they're gonna be pushed top, so what does Yatoro do? He goes bottom, pushes with the Mask of Madness on the bear. He pushes like faster than the Morphling, but it is probably not favorable to take an equal trade.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See, they're backing off a little bit now when the Morphling is now bottom. Just have to be careful though, because you still have Collapse. He's got the Blink Dagger as we saw earlier, and they have a decent amount of damage if they decide to make the jump. But looks like Waposhka's moving his way towards this mid lane. Do have DJ and Armel moving forward. Yeah, look at this. It's a big shift over to the side. There it is. The blink forward from Collapse over onto Armel. They just want to get rid of this Death Prophet, and by God, they do very quickly.
Again, same place, same style. He just gets brought down, and now going down towards bottom, knowing that DP is dead, they want to try and get more. Like, kill is good, but they want buildings.
Ooh, the jump over onto Raven immediately. You can see him shift from the side. You want to just blow up Yatoro, and they do jump pretty fast, but there it is. There's that roar we talked about. The follow-up, though, from Janwell. They'll make sure that they get the kill. Toronto Tokyo on the back lines, trying to just blow up Janwell. We'll be able to find it. Now Raven, another stop from Collapse. A nice bushwhack play, but they'll still be able to take the Aegis as they go, and they drop that Wukong's command. Up comes Raven again. They're chasing after Maposhka. The hook shot, though, he's just too slippery. They can't get their hands on them.
Yeah, not quite gonna be able to get the catch here. Still, fantastic fight. They brought down the Lone Druid really fast in that fight. And didn't really expect them to get such a clean goal there, especially with them having DP dead. I think Spirit felt pretty confident. But that confidence also punished them, so losing Yatoro once there.
I feel like they want to use this exorcism more, but they're just not finding the space to be able to do it on the side of Fnatic. So they go for a smoke play.
Exactly. They're quickly gonna smoke and try to enable themselves to get in positions to do more. They're already running towards the creep wave top with Morphling and wants to push so that they can maybe get a tier 2 for it.
Jabs doing some research here, and we'll see Mira. They'll reveal themselves off in the side, but that's not the hero that they want.
Yeah, not quite the targets. Also a difficult spot to fight. They're fighting into like darkness if they go there. You'd rather play under your own vision, your own area you control.
Ah, interesting. We're gonna see Collapse going for a Solar Crest for his next item.
Yeah, that is a very curious item, but it is super good when you have Laundry on your team, of course. You're gonna be spamming it on the bear a lot. And there's a lot of physical damage on the side of Fnatic. They even went
Oh, the
Deso.
hook shot! Maposhka goes sliding on in. He sees jabs. DJ trying to just put a little damage out here, but it's looking a little bit scary now. Collapse gets silenced. Cookie just to save him. They've already dropped the Tombstone on the side of Fnatic. It's like Spirit just gonna back off for the time being. They don't want to fight under Exorcism. They don't want to fight underneath the tomb.
Yeah, it's quite terrible for them though. They have no Exo, they have no Tomb, and the push is coming now. Team Spirit have a great timing to start doing more. Creeps are being pulled, but I think they don't care. Building should fall.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This bear just chews through your buildings.
Radiant are scanning.
Onto Tokyo with that invis. Ooh, he's gonna run over. Okay, they drop the sentry. They know he's there, but Collapse already in position. They just blow up the Undying.
Yeah, Undying.
Got a vision.
Not the biggest kill. I mean, last 2 times we saw someone die there, it was Armel. Bottom, they're pushing back the Hoodwink.
Yep, these hook shots have been on point. Man, Maposhka's clock is quite the scout.
I like the combination there of the fear making him run into the again, so you get 2 pushbacks even. And of course the fear not allowing him to run away at all because he doesn't path around the cogs, just run straight into them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're pinging out. They know there's a monkey down here. Go for the Wukongs. The jump over onto Maposhka. He's trying to run out of the circle. Doesn't the Cox does still end up dying though, so perhaps a little overconfident in what he can do with pushing those limits.
Yeah, he did have to use his ulti, but he's happy to do so. Snapfire could be chased here. They want to look for her.
Yeah, look at this. Continue the tree dance, but no, Fnatic will back off.
Yeah, they get to safety. But meanwhile, though, that was a good kill. And of course, when you're playing with a Desolator, you want to get these kills so that you scale up and get more and more damage. The Desol, that change honestly incentivizes you to fight a little bit more than just farming. So happy to drop the ulti, even if it's for a support kill over on the side of Monkey.
I think it's fine because it's the off lane, right? This person that should be working along with the rest of the team to make that space for Raven. So
yeah, I mean, any form of aggression is ultimately going to allow the Morphling to have more space and farm. Spirits, they are again moving up with the smoke now. They have the Solar Crest that you mentioned, so they're ready to buff up whoever they want in the fight as well,
buff
or if
the
they push a
bear.
building.
Yeah, look at this. They're smoked up, searching in the tree line.
Are scanning.
Smoke does break on Collapse. I know someone is here. It is John Wall again.
Dude, that rocket barely just missed Morphling. It was sitting all the way
Ooh.
tucked up.
All right, Raven does end up revealing himself. It's a little bit scary, but John Wall, he's just absolutely toast. The rest of the team is nearby now on the side of Fnatic, but they're already down there Undying. They'll go for their own smoke. They have a ward in the back, though. They know that they're smoked up. Look at this positioning coming out from Team Spirit. They go for the Exorcism, and they buy back on the Undying. The BKB coming into play. Toronto Tokyo sitting a little bit low, but he does have the cookie, and they're able to run out. Now, Throw getting slowed down a little bit here. A lot of those ghosts coming around. It's gonna be the hook shot over onto the back lines. They find jabs. They get the stomp off those long-range Mortimer kisses, doing so much. We'll end up losing one of the bears, but they go right back up again with Summon.
That was beautiful. Really well played by Team Spirit. I like the save they have over on Leshrac. They force staff him, they stampede, and they cookie him as well. That Lesh was out of there so fast. They thought they could burst him. He doesn't have BKB or anything, but they just completely bail him out. And then the initiation was clean as well after. And all of this based on the ward that you mentioned at first there. The ward they placed when they smoked around allowed them to take this good fight.
A 5k net worth lead going to the side of Team Spirit. It's
Now
Bear
with the shard
again,
on
look
Lone
at
Druid,
that.
it hits so fast, so hard.
All right. Well, that is the end of the tier 2 in the top lane for the side of Radiant. And I'm curious now, like, Fnatic feels like they're really kind of on the back foot. They do have some space for Raven to farm, but I'm starting to feel like Spirit is just starting to get too far ahead. That it's going to be really difficult for them to catch up over on the side of Fnatic.
Yeah, the tempo is very high that Spirit are playing right now, and with the Aegis, they're gonna probably put that one on Lesh and just go even more aggressive.
Thinking about going
And they're
forward, but
smoking,
it's too late. Bushwhack over onto Collapse. Again, he's very tanky, but oh wow, all right. Not so tanky when you manage to land that sharpshooter.
Yeah, sharpshooter, the monkey stun, and they bring the morphling in as well. Then you bring him down quite quickly. The survivability they have on Spirit really is when they are all together with the four staff combinations that they have. The four staff clock, four staff on snap, and then the cookie snap, of course.
See those snap fire kisses
Dire's bottom
tossed
tower
out.
is under attack.
A little bit of the cookie hop, hoping they could catch someone. Do have the vision on jabs, but not the damage. So, little support duo, just doing some poking, just seeing what they can achieve here for the time being.
That could have backfired. If he dropped the ulti there and Miposhka decided to immediately hookshot him and cog him, then he would just die to the Snapfire ulti. So, bit of miscommunication or like missed opportunity for Spirit, but they got out safely. Monkey wasted his ulti. Trading Monkey ulti for Snapfire, not the huge deal, but ultimately Team Spirit just feel like they're very in control in this game.
How do you feel about the range of the Mortimer kisses? I feel like it is gargantuan.
It is. I mean, but I think the range of it should be high. I think maybe Snapfire needs some nerfs in other departments, but I like that the ulti is this ridiculous artillery. Because sometimes the range is so long that people even forget to look around their own hero while they're using it, so you can just go up and kill them. But yeah, the utility of having Snap on your team is certainly huge.
I just always think it's funny whenever we're looking at team fights, you have to scroll so far out to be able to see the Snapfire half the time because she's not even on the screen.
Just gotta follow the globs.
Yep. Okay, so what's the play for Fnatic? Because they still have the Aegis online for Spirit, and they're shoving in these waves.
It seems like the timing they want to hit is when they get this Eye of Skadi on Morphling. Morphling has not been joining too many fights. We talk about how people can play differently. Raven is a pretty farm-heavy carry, but he doesn't have time to farm. He has to feed back already now. The push is coming.
He's coming to open up with the Boundless and a nice bushwhack, but look at this damage the bear just outputs. They just take a tower and then they can walk away. They don't even have to put themselves in any potential bad situations because it's up to Fnatic to hard commit on this.
Yeah, with the Aegis on the Leshrac as well as the Bloodstone and the Sanjin Kaya and even Pupil's Gift. He has 2.7k HP and 2 lives, so you can't go on him. And it's just him and the bear standing the closest in the fight. So difficult for Fnatic to find a clean initiation. To me, it just feels like they're running kind of double carry and playing greed. This offlane Monkey King has been playing, but it effectively is very greedy, I feel. And Team Spirit are just punishing them right now. Their lineup is much faster.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Mid tower is well taken out now. I mean, they're losing all the control on the map. There's even a deep wards will play. When they remove all the towers, they put a deep observer to have vision when Radiant leave their base as well. And they're gonna play the area.
Radiant
Yeah, it appears that they want to see just all of these waves pushed in on the side of Spirit. Toronto Tokyo drawing those lines earlier on the mini-map saying, okay, this is the plan, this is what I want. And again, they're just pinning Fnatic into the base. They have no breathing room, very little vision for them to be able to go out onto the map. In fact, they're all moving together. Did pick up a blink on Armel. Oof, that like one rocket there. Figured, okay, maybe they have vision, but nope, just a lucky one.
Yeah, I like the decision, by the way, to go Blink Dagger on DP, because he has to get past the Leshrac and the bear, but then he has to try and melt down the Lone Druid or kill off the supports really quick. So the blink dagger will allow him to try and move past that. But to me right now, it feels like Fnatic are just hoping that there's not going to be more punishment coming in here, because Team Spirit are in full control.
How much longer do we have on this Aegis? We've got about 10 seconds left. So...
Yeah, not gonna do so much more with the Aegis. The timing is gonna be next Roche. This was pretty obvious when they took the bottom tier 3 tower and then immediately just backed off. They still had long duration on the Aegis, so they could have done more, but they felt like, nah, we're gonna wait one more cycle for Roche, and that's gonna be the closeout point. Very methodical by Spirit here. Fnatic, they're trying to break it though. They know that this game continues in a safe manner. They're just gonna lose their base. So they smoke out, trying to get anything. But they have to go deeper. They have to commit for a move quickly.
But how do they approach these fights? Like that's my big question, is how do they get that advantage? Because it just feels like Spirit, again, they have just a really easy to execute draft, and they're ahead by quite a bit in terms of items and levels.
They can win the fights, but they need to kill Lone Druid. That's actually the key. They need to get in and kill the Lone Druid heroes so that the bear also disappears. But yeah, they're not in base, and here comes a super lightning fast push.
I mean, this Vanguard that they've got going on, not the actual item, but just like the heroes, right? Like, you gotta get past Collapse, you gotta get past Mira, Clockwork even, the position 5. Very tanky, very difficult to jump onto to get Toro.
Yeah, that was why the smoke would be a key way to get in there. But yeah, no, they're just unable to find the initiation. They don't have much time here.
No,
they have to make it happen.
Trying
Monkey?
to make it over onto the back side here, trying to find this opening. We'll be able to go drop the Wukongs, but they just immediately run out. As Armel has popped the BKB, he's trying to get whatever he can, but Toronto Tokyo just murdering people here with the kill on DJ.
He didn't get the stun. He put down the Wukong's command, but he didn't stun during it, so they just allowed to run out of it. I think he misclicked a bit because he tried to cast it there and then he canceled. I definitely don't think he wanted to cancel it.
I'll just wash, rinse, repeat over here, dropping the Wraith Pact. Well, see, the itemization has just been excellent too over on the side of Spirit. There are multiple Force Staves? I think it's Staves. But you saw how fast they got out of that Wukong's too, because he didn't land the stun. And like, look at the spare! Collapsing and opening over onto jabs. Big silence getting dropped, but there's so much split earth going on.
Yeah, they're trying to kill the bear, but I mean, it's barely even taking damage from all this hard work.
Get it? Nice. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay, all right. The boomerang gets them.
Yeah.
But there's immediately the resummon.
It's like, nice Rax nerd here. You can have 300 gold, but you know, you don't anymore. Fnatic just not getting a chance there. I mean, they committed both the Exorcism and Monkey King ulti. I'm honestly a little bit surprised even that Spirit didn't want to commit to close out the game there, but this just speaks for how controlled they're playing. They want to take this slow and steady and be sure that they win, not risk something when they only have one bear. And like, if they died without resummon, could be really bad for them. So play is going to be around Roche Pit.
God, Waga, you'd be a terrifying bully. Like that whole like, yeah, nice job, nerd, but you don't have a home. You're homeless. That would very vicious. Good lord.
I mean, it's true though. Look at that. Their home is in shambles right now. It feels bad if you're a Dota player. This broken home. Yeah, that's all you have, and at any moment the wild can come in. Okay, so Fnatic now angling to try and get on the map. They're moving top. They don't want to just let this Roshan go the way of Team Spirit. So they want to try and take over anything they can. If they get the tier 2 tower and then outpost, they're actually in a good spot to hold on to Roche Pit.
But look at this. They've got creeps going into the base. You've got Toronto Tokyo, who's just able to put, like, they have to go respond to this. And Toronto Tokyo, he has boots of travel. He can just continuously give a shove. And already you can see jabs has gone home. Roche is up. Like, this is the moment that they needed. They needed to be able to take this, and they're gonna rip through Roshan.
Oh no, Undying. He might be caught out here soon.
Yeah, I'd say he got caught out. Well, into the pit.
Yeah, he dies in just like 2-3 hits right now.
We're gonna see a fight break out though. They see Maposhka. Again, these Force Devs coming in clutch, plus the Stampede. They just walk away. Buyback on the Undying, too, so... And
That looks
plus-
so funny. I think the animation bugged out when Centaur ultis and you force staff at the same time. The Clockwork was just like reaching forwards with his hands when he was running. Looked hilarious.
It does look ridiculous. Looks like he's got himself a little... Like, he actually... Well, we don't... Yeah, we still have the jetpack. It looks like he's just being jetpacked out of there, though. With
Yeah,
the,
it really did. I
blur
thought
lines that come
I thought
out.
he had shard. I thought he had shard already.
Yeah. They have a lot of mobility, because you've got the Force Staves, you've got the hook shot. Gosh, let's see. Miposhka has one. Collapse has one. Mira has one.
Three, yeah.
There's
three force staffs.
three of them. Like, that's so useful. It's actually kind of wild.
Yeah, it's a good read in this game. We see it sometimes, teams doing it when they play against like Ursa or something, but when you're against DP, when you're against Monkey King, you want to get out of the Monkey ulti and you don't want to stand next to DP for too long. And honestly, even repositioning out of the Tombstone, it's very useful to be able to do it quickly. So, great itemization coming out by Team Spirit, but they also just have more items. They have a 15k gold lead right now.
Oh,
so,
baby.
Oh, he has Moonshard on it too. That is a
Moonshard
huge bear.
double damage Spirit Bear. They smoke up. We're already smoked on the side of Fnatic, so they're gonna run immediately into DJ, but there it is, the jump onto the back lines, landing over onto 3, the hook shot, the Mortimer's kisses, they're just
Oh my
absolutely
God.
obliterating them in the blink of an eye. Oh my god, Team Spirit. What a read. Collapse God.
And that's just gonna be it, I think. They're going for the throne.
Yeah, they don't have
The
buyback
fight doesn't
on-
even matter.
Oh my god, alright, well yeah, they're still duking it out over here on the back lines. They found themselves
Yaptura
Raven,
is done.
but it doesn't matter. It's GG. Oh my god, that fight!
Spirit. Victory.
Yeah, that was a beautiful 3-man catch, and of course the DD run makes them just shred them even harder, not like they weren't already. It's a 35-minute game roughly here, 34-40, but that felt like Team Spirit looking pretty much like we expected. They are the stronger team, and they were in a firm control here. Drawback for me though, if we go back and think a little bit, I think Fnatic, you can't get away with being this greedy against Team Spirits. Running a Deso, offlane Monkey King, and a Morphling when you run DP didn't have any support for what you wanted to do.
Does the Monkey King fit into the draft better if he doesn't go for those damage items, if he's a little bit more utility, or do you think that this draft is just played to a T from the side of Team Spirit?
I mean, I honestly thought they would pick the heroes differently. I thought that they were going to run an offlane DP, right? And put like a carry Monkey King and a mid Morphling with some fighting Morphling style. But yeah, this is definitely a game that was just controlled so hard. And I think over on the side of Team Spirit, Miposhka played really well as well on his Clockwork. Like, he was always at the right place at the right time, but all of them were just more on the same page, I guess, than Fnatic.
Yeah, it was hard to pick an MVP out of all these players because they did play so well together. But I would say, Miposhka having some of those really clutch hook shots coming into play, some of the escapes that he had on top of that, and just all the assists. Like this little clock, like again, he's a position 5, but he felt like he had so much more impact and was more of a 4 in some respects. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, I agree. He had very big impacts like a POS 4, but that also comes down to them taking more towers. Then your POS 5 can transform to a POS 4. You have 2 of them instead, because tower gold really is a big thing for supports. That's the main gold you get as a support is the bounty runes and the tower gold. And the more towers you take, the more the tower gold, the bounty gold will also come your way. So yeah, he played an outstanding game, and overall, I think he punished the Monkey King quite well. Also the Hoodwink, like trying to hide in a tree line. I didn't like the double down of having both Monkey and Hoodwink want to hide in a tree line, and then one rocket, and whoa, you revealed the enemy team quite easily.
Yeah, that was a bit rough, but it definitely felt like, Team Spirit, they came into the game, they had this great idea of how they wanted to play it, what their item timings were, and just executed their draft very, very nicely. Collapse going in. I mean, we expect this of Collapse at this point, right? This guy is so good at his positioning. We've seen him rocket on his Magnus, seen him play his Mars, and like with the Centaur, just landing those 3-man stuns, just absolutely gorgeous, being able to help set up for the rest of the team. Would like to see perhaps Fnatic do a little less greed like you were talking about in the game number 2, because this is a best of 2 series, guys. So for groups, we're gonna always have those 2 games. For now though, gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we'll see if Fnatic will be able to spin it back around, get that 1-1, or if Spirit's just gonna continue to be dominant.